Hey guys, what up? Your boy JY out with another nature, knowledge, coffee episode, guys. And in today's video, I just want to carry on from my last episode when I spoke about decisions and making the right or the wrong decisions, right? So to carry on from that, or to just basically touch point on that first, that video was about stressing over making the right or wrong decisions and how it's not, we always make the right decision at the time of making the decision based on how we're feeling. So how we're feeling is determined by the thoughts going through our head at the time of making those decisions, because we know that our thoughts cause our feelings end up leading to our behavior or decision making. So life is just a yes or no, basically yes or no switch. It's an on-off switch, that's all it is. So when we make decisions, guys, when you start the day by making decisions. The decision to brush your teeth, the decision to have a shower, the decision to have breakfast or not, the decision to, what tie am I going to wear, what shirt am I going to wear, what socks am I going to wear, what jocks am I going to wear. These are all decisions that we're constantly making. Now what happens is a lot of these decisions end up becoming subconscious, because this is what happens. Your brain picks up on it, right? It goes, okay, if I'm going to make this decision every single fucking day, if I'm making this decision, I'm just going to dump it into the subconscious, because I don't want to waste energy on making the same decision every friggin' day. So when you're making the decisions, and if your brain picks up on the fact that you're making the same decision each and every day, ultimately it just drops it down into your subconscious, so that it becomes a subconscious behavior, which means you don't even realize you're doing it. You wake up, jump in the shower, the first thing you do, that's a subconscious behavior, because that's what you do every day. You jump out of bed, you jump in the shower, and then you brush your teeth, and these are all subconscious behaviors that we're doing, right? We don't even think about it. We don't even think about, reaching out for the toothpaste, putting the toothpaste on the toothbrush and putting it in our mouth and brushing our teeth. It just happens. This is all subconscious, right? So this is what's so important, to constantly focus on what it is that you want in life and pay close attention to your thought patterns. Like I said in the last video, it's not the decision that's wrong or right, it's the thinking at the time of making the decision that makes it the right or wrong decision to be making. So let's think of it this way. You start the day, you get out of bed, you wake up, and then you start walking through your day, right? You start going through your day, and you're just turning off, on, all these switches, right? Off, on, so that when you get to the end of the day, if you stop and look back on all the decisions that you made, it gives you a really good sense of understanding of what your thought patterns like. If your on-off switches are all over the place and you didn't really finish the day off where you wanted to finish the day off, is because you didn't really focus on what it is that you wanted to achieve that day. Just like you don't focus on what it is that you want to achieve that week, you don't focus on what it is that you want to achieve that year, you don't focus on what it is that you want to achieve in your lifetime. And that's why I always stress out that at every single point in life, you need to focus on what it is that you want to achieve out of life. In all aspects of your life, you need to focus. Don't have to write them down. If you can, you're better off writing them down and having them somewhere where you can constantly see them. But this isn't something that you do once and forget about it. This is something you got to keep doing over and over and over, because what it is as you get through life, things you want out of life end up changing. So if you're constantly focusing on what you wanted 6 years ago and wonder why it's not happening, is because it's not something you really want now. So this is why it's so important to constantly review what it is that you want out of life, and then you will start naturally making the right decisions when you're faced with the decision making time. Okay, so I'm going to cut it short. I'm going to leave it there. But basically, guys, by holding the thought long enough so that you keep making the same decisions long enough so that those decisions end up becoming subconscious, so that you naturally start making the right decisions in life. Peace out.